What's up, y'all? This your boy the Black Kakashi, and I'm here to talk about the latest chapter of My Hero Academia titled Answer the Interviews. Now, by the time this video drops, we have already been in September. So that means we are 1 month away from season 4. And boy, am I fucking hyped for Bone Studios to have social media jumping like crazy. I'm telling y'all, anime fans, anime only fans, y'all ain't ready for what's about to come. And the people that's always bashing it, they ain't ready either. So without further ado, let's get right to it. We start the chapter off with an interview on TV with Bakugo and Shoto, which means we are finally back to the heroes, and now we'll see what power-ups they got during the My Villain arc. Bakugo and Shoto are being interviewed for what they did during chapters 218 and 219. They literally got their hero license no less than 30 minutes, and they've already had the chance to use it in action. It goes basically how you'd expect it to. Bakugo being Bakugo, which is pissed, and Shoto being polite and innocent. I always love the moments when these two are interacting because they are the complete opposite when it comes to personality and manners. The more polite and honest Shoto was during the interview, the angrier Bakugo got, making it seem like they were best buddies. This came back to bite Bakugo because Kirishima and the others were laughing at how funny it was that they cropped Bakugo out of the frame. This made him angrier because he wanted to be on TV, but due to his pride, it wasn't meant to be. Which is why I think it would be a smart idea for him to avoid the media at all costs like Aizawa and Endeavor do. I mean, you know, build up his rank and let his actions do the talking for him instead of his actual mouth, but that's just my suggestion. Because this is like the first time that I'm actually concerned about his future as a hero. Hopefully when he gets older, he'll become more mature, at least a tad bit. Deku comments about him getting further and further away from All Might because of that interview, and Bakugo proceeds to call him Shitku and Mineta Baldhead. First of all, that was very rude. Don't talk about my boy like that, acting like he won't give you that 1,000,000% Detroit smash. And that's on All Might, nigga. It ain't a game. Turns out they've been on 3 interviews since their heroic deed, and Bakugo has failed every single one of them, causing the good reputation he could have had go to waste. All I know is that he better be glad Best Genius is MIA. You know what I mean? Otherwise, he would have popped up on Bakugo after that first interview like. Then we see Deku and Ida watching the news coverage on the attack at Dago. It has been 9 days since the battle between the Liberation Army and the League of Villains. The media is still claiming that it was a random battle between heroes and villains, with no one suspecting the League behind it. I'm sorry, I can't call him that trash name that Spinner and Old Boy gave him in the last chapter. I'll never call him that. The destruction level was far greater than Kamino Ward with fewer casualties, which shouldn't be a surprise when you got Shigaraki's OP ass, who can destroy a whole block with minimum difficulty. The people of Dago voiced their opinion of the matter, which is multiple opinions. One side says that they shouldn't put the blame on the citizens for defending their town, but on the current hero system. Another side is saying that the citizens should be to blame and should be under investigation, and the other side is rooting for the heroes to do a better job now that All Might is retired. And finally, we get introduced to the hero critic, Iorio Crisis. That's a funny name. How are you a hero critic, and your last name is Crisis? He looks like Magellan from One Piece as well, so that doesn't help either. He goes into detail saying that the attack against the heroes being called quote-unquote a setup, or that they were enduring a barrage of attacks. But he believes that this was more of a turning point. Now, whenever a hero gets attacked or criticized, it's now turned into words of encouragement, which is a good thing because now that All Might is gone, the people should be encouraging the other pros that are trying really hard to be a hero and give people like Endeavor a chance. Because when you compare someone to All Might, all you're gonna do is point out negatives and bring that person down. So I see it as a good thing, and it's pointed out that Endeavor is the cause of this. He was the number 2 hero for so long and always received negative criticism because of his attitude and how he portrayed himself. But people respected him in some way because you can see why he was the number 2 hero. And to see him give his all when he fought that high-end Nomu, despite everyone telling him to throw in the towel and give up because he'll never be All Might, made him push even harder. I wonder how Stain would react to the new Endeavor. Then we get the best panel in the chapter. Mount Lady and Miss Midnight showing their beautiful TNAs. I'm serious. The first panel is Mount Lady showing her cakes, bruh. It's like Horikoshi and her know what's her best asset. She says that it might look like everything is back to normal and that the words of encouragement are really a sense of urgency and prayers of desperation. Despite everything, the people still want All Might, and I don't blame them. Every time a chapter drops, all I can think about is how much I miss All Might. But we must move on and remember all the good times we had with him. The people deep down still want a true hero to emerge from the shadows, just like All Might did when he saved all those people and announced that he is here. Mineta gets PTSD from when he was with Mount Lady, when he was Mount Lady's intern and cowers in fear. Bruh. Aizawa is dressed up in a heavy winter coat like he's in Alaska or something. It's so funny but cute at the same time. Or it could just be a human sleeping bag. Now that makes more sense because we know how much Aizawa sensei loves his sleep. They came to UA to be guest lecturers, since everybody in 1A has been getting a lot of attention with the media since the overhaul arc. Bakugo is foaming at the mouth asking where his exposure is. Like, come on Bakugo, you get the exposure, you just don't know how to act, that's all. Today's lesson is practicing hero interviews. It's funny how Shigaraki and them are making power moves while Deku and the others are busy playing 21 questions. Nah, I'm just playing. I still love him though. The first one to be interviewed is Todoroki, and he's being so innocent and clueless. He points out that a cutie like him would make all the ladies' hearts burst out of their chests when he arrives, and he says, "Is something wrong with your heart?" I really blame Endeavor for this, man. Like he made Todoroki not have a normal childhood, so he really wouldn't know what a metaphor is and normal things kids go through life. And he displays one of his super moves, the one we always see whenever he wants to flex his icy side. He also points out that he has another finisher move that's a little more violent that we already saw him do, called Swelling Icy Heat Wave. The other classmates ask if that's the same move as Endeavor's, but Todoroki says no, and that he's not even in the same category as him, which is him basically saying that, you know, that he's not as good as him and he'll keep pushing higher and higher until he surpasses even his own father, which is him kind of following his father's will that he wanted him to do anyway, which was to surpass the number one hero, All Might. But since Endeavor's number one, it's still the same thing, so a win-win for both of them. Mount Lady points out that there is a huge meaning in shouting out your power move, your super move, whether it's for impromptu teams, warning villains, or earning people's trust so that they will entrust their lives to you. It means everything. Mineta notices a change in her since the last time they met, and Aizawa points out what I said before, that all of the heroes are changing because of Endeavor. We get to Bakugo and Deku's interviews, and they go just how you expected. Bakugo angry but a little confident, but you know, Bakugo being Bakugo. Miss Midnight suggests that he take lessons on avoiding the media from Aizawa, but he tells her that he should be learning from someone else right now. I wonder who he's talking about. Is it Best Jeanist, All Might, or someone else we haven't met yet? Deku being shy, but it's only because he never gets any moments like this, so you know, he's a little shy and hardening. He's hardening like Hiroshima. Despite everything he's been through, he has not once been interviewed by one person. Like, that's crazy. Like, all the stuff he done, and he didn't even get interviewed one time. But that's because he was always beat up and in the hospital, so you can't blame him. He starts off quiet, but then he starts talking about All Might and how his moves are similar to his. And then the question we've been wondering is asked: what's the status on his accidental quirk he used? He happily displays it. He came to the realization that he has the ability to unlock all the quirks of the previous one-for-all users whenever he wants to. But Horikoshi said, "Nah, not today, big fella. Your OP moment isn't happening yet." And when he activates the quirk, it comes out for a split second and disappears like bloop. It was funny. It was funny when I read that part because that's literally what I said. I said bloop, and then the next panel it says bloop. Anyway, Deku is happy about this because he's making progress with it one step at a time, and Bakugo goes, "Why the hell are you getting excited about a bloop?" And the final panel is about All Might. The principal notices that he hasn't slept, and he says it's all because they're restarting internships again. This chapter was primarily about the big three of Class 1A. If you don't know who that is, it's Deku, Bakugo, and Shoto. It was nice to see everyone smiling and having fun just like they always do. A lot of hilarious moments. And Todoroki was a standout of this chapter with all of his literal sense of things with Mount Lady. And I want to point out that All Might was looking up, he was looking up all of the previous One for All users records because they were heroes a long time ago, so it'll take a while to find those documents. Hence why he was looking tired. It ain't got nothing to do with him quote unquote dying. My nigga not dying, so get that out of here. And I wonder which All for One user he's gonna allow Deku to train with. Or better yet, which ones are still alive and how old are they? Like, I don't really have a problem with nobody displaying any OP feats at the moment, but we were teased about it coming in the future though. All I know is that if Deku and the others had stumbled upon the Deku situation, then they would have been shitting themselves. Especially seeing how dangerous Shigaraki is now. I can't wait to see what's in store for everybody in the future chapters and who everybody's future internships are gonna be again and what they'll stumble upon. Like, I don't think we'll get another overhaul arc type of internship. Maybe more like when they did it after the UA at the UA Sports Festival, with a little mixture of the overhaul arc. Like one of them possibly stumbles upon Hawks or something, or maybe into a member of the Liberation of Villains. Yeah, let's just call him that right now and see how that pans out. I saw somewhere that people think Kaminari is the traitor because he hits the exact same pose as Redestro. No, that's not true. That was just a coincidence. It means nothing. It literally means nothing. But if it was true, that would be crazy. Like, what if he's playing dumb with the whole electricity thing? Like, you know, every time he goes over his limit, he acts stupid. Like that would be crazy. Like, that'd be crazy if he's just faking that and pretending to just blend in really well so nobody would suspect it's him. Nah. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all today. If you like what you saw, the choice, smash that like button, comment, share, subscribe, and remember, go beyond plus ultra.